I thought it would be cool to go and make a game where nobody knows what's going to happen. It's a fascinating idea, and it's the perfect time for me to go do it. And so I just said, all right, I'm going to jump off and invest a bunch of my own money, which is how we got started, and take this risk because I want to see this game made. I think there's something here.
Well, it seems like when you take out those parameters, that you kind of take out the restrictions and give people more of a chance to get involved in the game and get involved in the characters and make it part of their everyday life.
It's terrifying because we're handing the reins to a large degree over to the players, and that means that we have to be okay with the fact that sometimes they may drive over a cliff. But that's okay, right? As long as that experience is fun, and more importantly, you have a chance to reset and try again. That can still be fun, and that's the other piece of this puzzle is we have an idea that the amusement park can never change because it has to be the same experience for every single person that comes. So the roller coaster has to come back around to take another load of people. So I broke that model and said, okay, well, what if each game was an individual campaign? Like, what if I come in and I start the world and I know this game is only going to exist for 1 month, and then at the end of the month we declare a winner. And then we start over, we wipe the map clean for the next game. That reset mechanism, that being able to start over and everybody gets another chance, I'm engineering that into the core of the Crowfall experience. I want to have a constant succession. So any day I log in, there's a bunch of new games starting and I can pick one. And once I join in, I'm in at the beginning, I can play it out till the end, and somebody wins and somebody loses, and then we're all okay with that because we can just join the next game. So that's that concept, right?
So is this a game geared toward new players or people who have done games like this before, and what's your demographic?
Yeah, so the demographic will probably be wide. What we've seen in fantasy recently with Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings is that our demographic has broadened dramatically since when I did my first fantasy game back in 2003. I mean, everybody likes fantasy now, right? So that really has opened up to players who have never experienced fantasy before, right, in an online environment. Age-wise, though, we're definitely going to skew older. I mean, I'm taking the training wheels off, so as a result of that, it's not going to be a game for 8 to 12. It's also the internet, so it's going to be filled with all the best and all the worst, right, of online communities. Yes. So people should be prepared for that as well. But beyond that, I expect we'll get a mix. Absolutely, we're going to get a great core of people who have played many of these games and are looking for something new. But I also think that we have a chance to open up and maybe attract some people who have never tried a game like this before. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, that's part of the goal right now of this Kickstarter campaign is we need to find that audience because it's not just about them giving us money and us going and building the game. It's about them getting involved in this process and helping us figure out what this game is. I have a great idea for the vision initially, right? So I know the kind of initial vector, but where we end up, that's for everyone to decide. Anyone who wants to be involved. I just need you to chip a little bit of money in because I can't fund it all myself.
Yeah. Did you have any particular TV shows that were an inspiration to you? I know you've mentioned Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's an obvious one. Walking Dead was also another one that was a big influence for me, is I liked that idea of the survival aspect, right? That at the core, people are still people, and if you have this constant oppressive threat of monsters everywhere, right? Monsters, 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 over time, the monsters become kind of the baseline noise, and the real threat is dealing with the other humans. And I thought that was a really cool idea that would mix very nicely with this kind of Game of Thronesian political system that we've built. So I think those are probably the two biggest influences for this game.
Okay, all right. Todd, thank you so much for talking to us about this. I'm really excited to see this game come out.
Well, thank you very much.